I love Snorlax. For years, he was my absolute favorite Pokemon, and he's still one of my favorites. But one of the best things about Snorlax is that all these years later, Game Freak still insists that there was no inspiration from Totoro in this design. Look at him and tell me that there is no Totoro in these genetics. Snorlax is just the best. A thing that you'll often find with Pokemon is that there's a distinction between powerful, good for battle Pokemon and cute, marketable Pokemon. And I'm a fan of both types, in honesty. I like pretty much all Pokemon to some extent, if I'm just being completely honest. Except for Jinx and Miltank, I don't like those two. But, you know, when you have like nearly 1,000 Pokemon, it's pretty good if I only actively dislike 2 of them. But the thing is, Snorlax is one of the only Pokemon I can think of who is just as cute and just as huggable as they are good in a battle. They're very powerful. Sure, they're slow, but they make up for it with their amazing bulk, their great ability, and the fact that when you get down to it, there's very, very few Pokemon, especially normal-type Pokemon, who can hit as hard as a Snorlax can. So, for all those reasons, I do like myself a Snorlax. From the Pokemon Fingerpuppet line that I find at Planet Fun and don't do any research on because I need to have surprise in my life, this is the Snorlax line. So 2 Munchlax and 2 Snorlax. And even though it's one of the smaller collection of puppets we've ever looked at in a review, it's also interesting because it has very little range in terms of years. So I've recently come across a Sword and Shield Pokemon, so this is still an ongoing line, making it just as old as Pokemon the games. But these Snorlax and Munchlax are only separated by a few years. This is a 2005 Munchlax, 2005 Snorlax, 2007 Munchlax, 2007 Snorlax, making it a very small window at the same time, making this actually one of the more unique reviews just because we don't have a big gap anywhere. Taking a look at this Munchlax, I actually thought that it was supposed to dance and couldn't figure out why it was so hollow, but no, you're supposed to have him sleeping. Either way kind of works, really. I think this is very cute and is easily the best design I could think of for a Munchlax. That said, it is a bit of a shelf hog. This Munchlax I'm not as big on, even though I still think it's very cute, and there is a bit of paint overspray on the eye, unfortunately. But still, I really like it. Munchlax has always been one of my favorite baby Pokemon. This one's just the best, the 2005 Snorlax. This perfectly captures the vibe, the design of the Pokemon, and this is one of my favorite puppets at the end of the day. It's like Smash Bros. Overall, I really like this lot. They're all cute and solid, and each one has strengths of its own.